common enclosures of hidden Yamashita treasures. Most of the hidden Yamashita treasures do have enclosures, where they are stored in different types of containers. Some of these containers are not that too easy to be recognized, especially into the eyes of the amateur treasure hunters. So, what are these common enclosures, or containers of the hidden Yamashita treasures? Huge old rock or tree. The Japanese Imperial Army had in their possession an unknown type of chemical, powerful enough to dissolve various forms of hard materials. Due to this chemical, they were able to carve artistic signs on surfaces of rocks, concretes, and old trees. But aside from carving signs, they were also able to create large hollows on rocks and trees with very minimal effort. And through these hollows, they used it to store their treasures. This was how they were able to hide those rock-enclosed treasure deposits. Boxes made of wood or metals. The most common containers used by the Japanese Imperial Army are boxes made of wood or metals. Items that are stored inside wooden boxes are most likely gold bars. As for metal boxes, the items stored can be gold bars, jewelries, old coins, or mixtures of these three items. Some common metal containers are cylindrical in shape or barrels. Such container may also contain gold bars, jewelries, and old coins. But based on my personal experience, cylindrical containers mostly contain unprocessed, or raw precious materials. Large ceramic bowls. Several of my fellow treasure hunters had already uncovered large ceramic bowls containing valuable treasures. Just like the other containers, large ceramic bowls may also contain raw precious materials, old coins, and valuable jewelries. Basing it again on my personal experience, most large ceramic bowls that we encountered contains unprocessed gold minerals. And in most cases, they contain human skeletons. Human tombs or graves. On almost any culture of the world, human tombs or graves must be respected. So the Japanese Imperial Army cleverly took advantage of it by constructing enclosures of their treasures, similar to human tombs or graves. On some cases, they may actually be real tombs or graves, because you may uncover some human remains, but underneath them are the hidden treasure deposits. Upon knowing this, please don't go hunting for human graves around with no knowledge about it. There is actually a proper way on how to figure it out, without desecrating every suspected grave that you have in mind. This is covered on a separate video. Hard blocks of concrete. Hard blocks made of hard concrete material is one of the most common enclosure used by the Japanese Imperial Army in storing their valuable treasures. But on some cases, they also created blocks that are empty, but they do serve as markers. What's really interesting about blocks of concretes with stored deposits is that they are more commonly discovered buried at shallow depths. Some are even exposed on plain sight, simply lying on remote or old abandoned places. Behind waterfalls. I find it completely amazing how clever the Japanese Imperial Army at hiding their treasures especially deposits that they had hidden on waterfalls. Based on one of our projects, we noticed that they had temporarily diverted the direction of the falling water. Then, they hid their treasures on the original portion, where the water falls. When they were done, they returned the water back to its original course, or direction. Thus, the safest way to recover the item is to do the same exact procedure. Huge military trucks. One of my reliable sources told me that the Japanese Imperial Army had hidden several of their larger treasure deposits inside larger tunnels. They had these huge military trucks filled with large amount of treasures, where they drove it inside the tunnels, right down to the end. Then, they sealed off the entrances of the tunnels with powerful explosions. Human and animal bones. Some treasure hunters really do have this bad habit of throwing away objects that they uncovered, especially when they think that it's worth nothing but trash. This is often the case with the human and animal bones. You have to know that the Japanese Imperial Army also used humans or animal bones as containers of their treasures, especially small-sized precious items, such as diamonds, gems, or jewelries. Did you enjoy watching my video? If yes, and if you are new to my channel, then you may want to subscribe, like this video, and hit the small notification bell icon. By subscribing and hitting the bell icon, you will receive alerts or notifications about my new published videos. If you want a reading material about treasure hunting, then you may want to visit my blogging website at treasurehunt.club. Thank you very much for watching, and happy treasure hunting.